Good morning! Happy Leo season. I am really looking forward to the astrology shifting into a lighter space, especially as we move into August, which is my birthday month. You'll notice I have a Scorpio mug today because all of my Leo is in the 8th house, which is the house of like death and sex and alchemy and the occult and other people's resources and things we keep hidden and things that are taboo. Good morning, Helene. Good morning, Debbie. How are y'all? I really extra need coffee this morning. I did not sleep much last night. Good morning, Kelby. But yay, it's Leo season. But I'm someone that likes to dive into the darkness, okay? So my sun is in Leo, my Mercury's in Leo, my North Node is in Leo, but it's all in the 8th house, and that's the house of like going into the depths and into the darkness. So I wanted to talk today about the devil in the tarot. Now, a lot of people, this is one of the cards when it comes up in people's readings, and sometimes I read it at big events. Good morning, Michelle. Sometimes I'm reading at events where people don't really know tarot. It's like and they're at a social gathering and they're having fun. And I do these like kind of deep readings. And I always warn people, when people want to book me for events, half the time I just don't accept because I'm like, I don't think a bunch of drunk lawyers, it's the space for me to be reading, right? Because I can't not, if the cards are like having me go there, I can't not go there. I can do fun readings, but and I can keep it light if I go in with that intention, but at the same time, sometimes people, if someone needs the message, it's going to come through no matter the setting. So I let people know that. Good morning, Denise. Good to see y'all. So we're talking about the devil today because a lot of people see this card, especially if you're using a deck like this, where it's a very like traditional depiction of the more like satanic Christian themed devil. Okay, here's this big devil creature with the goat horns and bat wings and talon feet. And then these two people down here that are naked and chained, and there's fire and brimstone, and they have tails. The people have tails. You see that? So, right, exactly. Oh, hi, Tina. Denise says truth is not always pretty, and you have to be open to that. Exactly. And Scorpio energy doesn't shy away from the truth. And part of my astrology is I bring the sun, which is Leo, into the depths of Scorpio for this like regeneration and rebirth. So we don't shy away from the truth around here. And the devil is not a scary card. It's not just about evil. Like, I think too many people associate the devil with like, this is evil, this is demonic. Can it represent that? It can. But I'm going to show you some other representations of the devil because it actually is a card that incorporates a bit of humor. So here it is from the Housewives Tarot that I have. It's a devil food cake. Look at that. And then there's different things around here, like the cigarettes that say Vice on it. And there's a bottle of Valium and some instant coffee and some Spam. They call it Spork. Maybe that's like a licensing thing. Spork. And a TV dinner and some ready cheese, and she's holding like a martini and smoking her cigarette. The devil is also a card about enjoyment, about indulging in the pleasures of life, and how we need to like lighten things up sometimes. That's one way if we're going to be doing this deep diving work. And with the tarot, it's really about, you're going to be at some of these stages. You're going to be at all of these stages at some point in your life, right? We're all going to go through moments of death and the tower. And when things are falling apart, we're going to go through moments where we're kind of on pause and there's not a lot we can do. And we're going to go through moments where things are really overwhelming and busy, and moments where we're elated and joyful and exuberant. And so it's just speaking to an energy that's active in your life or that's needing to be turned up. A lot of times people get the devil when they haven't been letting themselves have enough fun. Good morning, Grace. It's good to see you. Good morning, Anna. So the devil card is not just a card of restriction. Like these people are chained, and like the devil's got them like chained to his podium here. Sometimes in some depictions the devil's actually holding the chain, but like loosely. So I want to talk a little bit about that aspect of like, where are you suppressing yourself? Where are you keeping yourself chained to either the things that you enjoy? Because the devil can speak to overindulgence. Like maybe we're having too much of a good thing, but not always. And usually when the devil comes up for people, it's because there's not enough fun or pleasure, or there's something they've judged about themselves, like their own nakedness, their own vulnerability. There's something that they have judged, and because they're linking it to that's bad, that is connected to the devil, it's keeping them imprisoned. It's not that evil's got a hold of them, it's that their own judgments and their own shame is keeping them chained to this idea of this evil overlord, okay? And so we have to free ourselves. And so in the Osho Zen deck, the devil card isn't called the devil. They have different names for most of the cards in this deck. It's conditioning. And I love this representation because you see it's a lion that has a sheep chained to his back, and he's in a flock of sheep. And it's sort of like that story of the lion that grew up, like the stork dropped him off with the sheep. Do y'all remember there was this cartoon growing up, Lambert the Lion, which is based on an older story, but Lambert the lion, and it was this little cartoon about the stork drops off all these baby sheep, and then drops off a baby lion for this one sheep mama that didn't have a baby. And so the lion gets raised with all the sheep, thinking he's bad, because the sheep are like, oh, you can't baa like us, because Lambert would try to baa and it would be like rawr. And he couldn't do sheep things because he's not a sheep, right? But he judged himself. He felt wrong. He felt outcast. He had been ridiculed because he couldn't fit in and be a good sheep. He was never meant to be a sheep. His innate nature is to be a lion. And so it's about waking up. Yes, Helene, you remember Lambert, the sheepfish lion. Yes. So that's what I think of when I see this card. It is actually, there is like a Buddhist tale, a Zen tale about the same thing, but I connected it to like watching Lambert, the sheepish lion, when I was little. And so what happens in the story is Lambert grows up and he's feeling like, man, I'm just a failure at life. I suck. I'm like the worst person in my tribe. It's just, this is my life. Okay. I'm like a crappy sheep. And then a wolf tries to attack the sheep and they're all scared and they can't defend themselves. And Lambert's innate nature just kicks in and he defends his flock and he saves the sheep from being eaten by the wolf and he chases the wolf off and everyone is like, oh, you saved the day. Kind of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? Like they were all hating on Rudolph for his red nose, but then he saves the day. Same stories, different, settings. But that is a big theme of the devil card. Oh, someone else is saying something. Let's see. I would pull the devil card about posting on social media. That was definitely my judgment coming out about it being bad to share all that I do. Oh, Anna, that's beautiful. Yes. So sometimes when we're getting the devil card, it's just speaking to, where am I holding myself back? Where am I judging myself? Or where do I feel a fear of being ridiculed, shamed, judged? But it's something that is either innate to me, it's an energy I'm being asked to step into, even though I'm scared of judgment, or it's something that I just desire. I just want this, and I feel bad for wanting it. The devil card comes up a lot, like when people are grappling with issues around like their lifestyle, their gender identity and expression, their sexuality. When people have grown up in very restrictive cultures that don't celebrate them being whoever they are and loving whomever they want to love, a lot of times, scrolling up, a lot of times the devil comes up. And so when the devil does come up, I can feel people tighten because they're already judging themselves. And now they're like, well, fuck, I got the devil. Here it is in this deck. It is like the wild unknown. But it's cute. It's kind of a cute, see, it's not scary. It's like we see the word the devil and you see the flames. There's a little fire to the devil. But it's kind of like this really cute little goat. But then we like put the label of devil on it and suddenly it becomes something it's not. And so there can be this constriction when the devil comes up, especially when people don't really intimately know tarot and they're already judging themselves. So then to see the devil and them not understand the deeper layers, they're like, crap, like this thing I've already been trying to hide and feel bad about. It's like the cards are even saying like, ooh, you're bad, you're going to hell, like you better stop thinking about that, you better stop texting that person, you better, whatever it is, you better stop smoking those cigarettes, but tobacco can be sacred. We can do everything with reverence. Anything can serve us, just like anything can harm us. And the devil just speaks to like, honor what you want, honor what you need. Yes, exercise some moderation, but don't hold yourself back from exploring the things you feel called to, or from bringing joy and pleasure and humor into your life, or for expressing something that's wanting to come out even when you don't know what it is. I work with a lot of artists. Like my primary clients tend to be like artists and creatives, activists, and like people that are out there like really doing big change in society, and entrepreneurs, which kind of fall into both categories. Like it's the people that are really creating something new in the world, and trying to like shift the world into a better space. Those are my primary clients. And there's a lot of challenge to be kind of this trailblazer in the world of like, no, let's try this. Let's do things this way. Let's make this art. Let's express this. Let's shine a light on some things that have been kept in the shadows of our culture, of our lives. Let's bring them into the light. And that's like literally my life's journey, given my, astrology and what I'm all about. But another representation of the devil and another layer it speaks to, do you see this one has a mask? This is from my Raven's Prophecy deck. And the devil, it's this intense mask with these like big dark eyes. And the devil can speak to like, what mask are you wearing? And are you making it a little scarier, uglier, more intense than it really is? Like what's actually behind the mask? Like it's time to take off the mask. Where are you holding back? It can also speak to, and I've done some mask work. My friend Narinder is an incredible artist and all kinds of things, but she does mask work and she makes these incredible masks, and I've had the honor of getting to wear them and getting to do some of her mask workshops. And there's something that can be invited out when we wear a mask. So the mask isn't always bad. It's not always that it's hiding something. Sometimes it can mean that maybe you need a mask. Maybe you need to invite out some energy and you're not comfortable to do it on your own. If you can put on a costume, if you can wear a mask, then you might feel comfortable inviting that out. And so sometimes what comes up for me in sessions with people is when they're wanting to step into something new, but they're feeling a little shy, I'm like, give that energy, give that expression a name. Like make it a little bit, a different aspect of you. So let's call this Brenda, and Brenda's gonna go out and Brenda's gonna wear totally different clothes than you're used to wearing. And Brenda's going to go to this place you normally wouldn't go. Like Brenda's gonna go to the pole dancing class, and Brenda's going to, rock those heels and work that pole and be really in her body and really aware of her sensuality. Okay, like sometimes in order to engage with an energy, we need a little bit of a buffer because sometimes there's just too much judgment. So sometimes we need a mask. We need to create something that allows us to step into that energy. And I learned that through growing up. I did like acting. I went to performing arts magnet school when I was in high school, And shout out to my North Springs peeps. And watching my friends take on so many different roles and getting to explore that myself, it was a wonderful way to get to tap into different ways of being that weren't so connected to my own identity or my own sense of who I was or who I thought I should be, who I wanted to be, who I needed to be to feel like I'm a part of a community. No one wants to be like the weirdo, but it kind of always was the weirdo. I think we all are. Like when we really honor ourselves, there is a uniqueness to each of us, right? We're here to belong and get along, but we're not here to be the same. And so that's hard when you're in high school for a lot of people. And acting was a way to be able to express all different facets and try on different expressions and characters and ways of speaking and ways of reacting, and that really is a gift. And so I encourage people, I think we all need to engage with that play and that dressing up, and that it's not always just me, like I'm just this one thing. I call myself a dodecahedron, and it's that sense that like it's a solid object, but it has 12 different sides, right? You know, we can have more than 12 sides, but like think about 12 different sides. Think about the 12 houses of the zodiac. We have all of those energies. Even if you don't have planets in Aries, you still have Aries in your natal chart. And so we're here, a truly balanced person is someone that can swing through all the different archetypes, all the different energies. And I can call in that Aries energy when I need to get something done, when I need to be bold and fierce and daring and move quickly. That's when I activate the Aries part of me. Hi, Patty. Thanks for joining us. So the devil speaks to that more holistic, complete, what parts of yourself have been kind of collecting dust? What parts of yourself got pushed into the shadows? It's time to invite that out. Here's one more representation of the devil from my Serpent Fire Tarot deck. And it has the pentagram on it and these cobras down here. And a big circle, you know, and it looks a little ominous, right? Again, a lot of the devil cards have a more ominous energy. But even if you're working with a deck where it seems scary, just know that that's not the totality of the devil. It's not there to scare you. It's there to speak into what you have that reaction to. That reaction you have when you're like, oh God, I got the devil. Okay, there's something in you that you're doing that to. Or if you're doing a reading about another person, there's something either in your energy towards that person, your experience of that person that's making you be like, oh God, I can't go there. Or that person is feeling that, you know, and maybe that's clouding their connection to you and how they're approaching things. So the devil can speak to something we're repressing, something we're scared of, something we're overindulging in. Absolutely, it can speak to too much of something, too much vice, too much of a good thing, too much hedonistic pleasure. It can ask us to turn up the volume on that. A lot of times there's not enough. And then it also speaks to seeing what's really there. Am I a sheep, or am I a lion that was like thought I was a sheep because I grew up that way? And is this really a scary devil? Like really, like I can't look at this sweet little face and be like, oh, that's really scary. It is a little creepy. It's a little creepy. But it's also kind of cute. So it's like there's just something is hidden. Something is being kept from our full awareness when the devil shows up. So I encourage you to engage with the devil. Don't fear the devil. Don't fear the devil card. It's not about an evil force operating in your life. It is about the ways you restrict yourself or you overdo it. All right? And the devil is really an invitation. It's an invitation to a deeper exploration, to trying on something new, or to bringing your life into a better balance. And there's something that's wanting attention in your life that's saying, hey, things are out of balance right now, and it's not about good and evil. It's about all parts are welcome, and finding where these parts of us fit and where they serve us and where we can play with them. So I hope that was helpful, and I encourage you to dance with the devil today. And in whatever way that works for you, like finding some part of you that you are reluctant to engage with or that you judge yourself for engaging with, and shift that. Be like, you know what, this is okay. It's okay that I want to go skinny dipping. I mean, don't get yourself arrested for public indecency, but try on something. Expand your horizons. Do something that's really, truly nourishing and fun for you without judgment, without beating yourself up for it. If you want to eat the extra big slice of cake, eat the extra big slice of cake. All right? As long as you won't go into a diabetic coma, eat it. Do it. Do the things with moderation. All right? And have a great day. Happy Leo season, y'all. Bye.